This is Chris Ian. It's justmovies.com. I am sitting here with the director of
Rhythmic Uprising.
Hey, go ahead and introduce yourself while we're here.
All right, I'm Ben Watkins. I directed Rhythmic Uprising. It's about Afro-Brazilian cultural arts and social change in the northeast of Brazil in a region called Bahia. And I'm originally from the Akron area, so this was my opportunity to bring the rich culture of northeast Brazil back to my hometown.
Now, I only did we have this section called Trailer Talk, and I'll admit I'm the first person to not do documentaries because I don't know how to write those up properly. Okay. But I did look at the trailer, and the first question that comes to mind is, why Brazilian music specifically? Like, of all the Southern American musical styles, why specifically Brazil?
I think what drew me and my friends there originally was the music of Brazil, but not necessarily because it was Latin American, but because of the African influence. We had studied abroad in West Africa together in Ghana, and I had since traveled to Haiti and to Cuba, kind of tracking the music of the African diaspora within the Americas and the exciting combinations that have happened over all these centuries. So when we went to Brazil, that was our main interest, was the music. But what we found that was happening that took us by surprise was that a lot of the musicians from that region were utilizing those rich cultural arts to help disadvantaged youth kind of get into relationships with mentors and better themselves and become greater citizens, while also fighting racism in Brazil in terms of empowering youth of color to feel proud about their African heritage and to kind of inject some African pride into Brazil as a society. And I thought that was really rich and really cool, and something I wanted to capture because I had always been attracted to African culture.
For those who don't know, Brazil specifically has the largest concentration of actual African imported from the continent Africans anywhere else other than Africa. So a little bit of anthropological and historical fact in this so people understand. So what was the best part of making, what went into the making of the movie actually?
A lot of work. I collaborated with people in Bahia. We had a team of 4 of us. It was myself, some American volunteers once in a while, and then a crew of people that I was able to employ while I was there. And I let them inform the film as much as I did because I was coming at it with a fresh perspective, and they were coming at it with years of history growing up there. And so the best part of making that film was really relationships. The people I worked with, all the people I interviewed, all of the children that we interviewed, the community leaders there were all extremely inspiring to me. And I actually met my wife while filming there in Bahia, and we're married now. She's a videographer. She was shooting a documentary about hip-hop in northeast Brazil.
Now that's awesome. For a nice little aside for those who aren't aware, Brazilian hip-hop is a special animal. It's kind of like if you were to take 60s really cheesy lounge music and put J5 on top and let them have control, that's about where you're going to get it, which is actually really good. It sounds a lot better than I described it.
It's great, yeah.
Okay, so how long did the movie actually take for you to shoot?
5 years. I originally thought it would take 1. That was my plan, but I had some funding issues, and I had to learn Portuguese, and I needed to make relationships. I needed to firm up relationships with people. You can't just go in there gunning, and so it took time for people to trust me and for me to develop those relationships to the point where when we launched the film in Bahia, in the capital, Salvador, in 2008, it was a huge success, and I felt proud because everyone who was in the film really loved the film and felt that they had been represented properly. So that was the biggest check on job well done to me, and that's what I strove for. So it took that time to develop those relationships and that trust.
Now, have you checked back in with the crowd since coming back to the States? And
yeah, we just made 1,000 copies in Brazil and have been distributing it there. We sold the film to the public television station in Bahia, who were really supportive of us. And then we've got it in schools, and then the cultural projects that we featured in the film, we're always working with them. Anytime we get any money or funding that comes from the sale of the DVD and stuff, we pump it back into those organizations.
So it basically just perpetuates itself. Hopefully, it'll just be a whole new big thing, takes off in the future, and
Maybe it's just
starts a revolution.
yeah, well, hopefully. I mean, hopefully the film inspires more than anything. Inspires a revolution.
And that's definitely one area of the world that definitely needs a revolution at this point in time. Because, I mean, it's not pretty like it is here. I mean, people don't have it as good. So, one, thank your lucky stars that we're all, here and I can look into my laptop with video capability.
This is cool.
To inform everyone that, this is a good documentary from what I've seen of it. I'm not the documentary person per se, but like you said, it was the music that got me, because I'm a fan of bossa nova myself, especially like Brazilian new bossa, where they put like house influence on it.
Yeah, it's great. Music is a reckoning force in Brazil, and it's so incredible to see how it invades all areas of life, from politics to economics to just like everyday, day-to-day street life. I mean, Brazil just really embraces music in all aspects of life. That's a really beautiful thing to me. It's something I wanted to bring back here, and like inspire Americans to embrace too.
Right. Well, it looks like they're killing the lights on us, so I think they're going to pull you relatively soon.
All right, I'm going to jump in there.
I'd like to thank you for giving me some time to interview for It's Just Movies.
Thank you. Thanks for doing that.
And guys, I'll say one more time. Go ahead, plug the film one more time.
It's Rhythmic Uprising. We have a URL, rhythmicuprising.org.
That's rhythmicuprising.org. You'll love the music. I guarantee it. Get out there and see it. Until then, Chris Hyatt, It's Just Movies. I'm signing off. See you guys.
See ya.